Level 1, the errand boy. You're 22. The Bronx. You're mopping blood off a hardwood floor at 3 a.m. and you don't even know whose blood it is. You found this job through a guy named Marcus. Marcus doesn't have a last name. He paid you $800 cash to show up, clean, and forget. No questions. You buy groceries with that money. You pay your half of the rent on the Section 8 apartment you share with your cousin. You don't ask anything. The apartment you cleaned belongs to someone important. You can tell by the artwork. You don't touch the artwork. Your phone buzzes. Marcus again. Same building. Tomorrow night. $1,200 this time. You stare at the mop in your hands. You just made more in one night than your mother makes in 2 weeks at the laundromat. The thing is, the floor is already clean. You did good work. You say yes. Level 2, the specialist. You're 23. Manhattan's Upper East Side. You now have a kit. A black duffel bag. Industrial-grade bleach. UV light. Nitrile gloves. A burner phone that gets replaced every 3 weeks. You know how to make a room look like nothing ever happened. You're good at it. Unnervingly good. Marcus introduces you to a man called the architect. You never learn his real name. The architect tells you you're not cleaning crime scenes. You're erasing history. Your rate is now $3,500 per job. Cash. Always cash. You're making $14,000 a month. You move out of the Bronx. You rent a studio in Astoria, Queens. You buy your first pair of real Jordans, not knockoffs, in a used Honda Accord that actually starts every morning. One night, you're finishing a job in a hotel in Midtown when you notice a cell phone half tucked under the baseboard heating. You pocket it. Later, you realize it belongs to a sitting federal judge. You throw it in the East River. But not before you read 3 text messages that would end careers. Level 3, the trusted hand. You're 24. Brooklyn. You now know what the society actually is. Not a gang. Not a cartel. Something older. A network of 40-year relationships, old money, new corruption, lawyers who golf with FBI directors, real estate developers who donate to both political parties. They own things you can't even see. Judges. Zoning boards. 2 city council seats. You've cleaned 14 scenes in 18 months. You've never been questioned. You're now what they call a trusted hand. Your pay jumps to $8,000 per job. You lease a BMW 3 Series Black, tinted windows. You start wearing a watch that costs more than your old annual salary. You move into a 1-bedroom in Park Slope. You tell your mother you got a security consulting contract. Then one night, a job goes wrong. You arrive and the scene isn't empty. There's a man still breathing on the floor. You call Marcus. Marcus says, that's not your problem. You stand there for 11 seconds. The longest 11 seconds of your life. Then you call 911 from a payphone 2 blocks away and walk in the opposite direction. The man survives. His name never appears in any newspaper. You don't sleep right for 6 weeks. Level 4, the architect's right hand. You're 26. Midtown Manhattan. You've stopped asking what happened in the rooms before you arrive. You manage 3 other cleaners now. You recruit them. You train them. You pay them from a cash account held under a shell company registered in Delaware. You take $22,000 a month. You've stopped counting. You rent a condo in Hell's Kitchen with floor-to-ceiling windows. You eat at restaurants where the menu has no prices. You fly first class to Miami for a 4-day weekend and charge it to a corporate card that doesn't have your name on it. Then the dia starts watching one of your cleaners, a kid named Devin from East New York. Devin doesn't know they're watching, but you know. Because the architect tells you. Handle Devin, he says. You understand what he means. You've always understood what people mean when they use that word. You give Devin $50,000 cash and a one-way ticket to his aunt's house in Atlanta. You tell him to stay there, get a job, never contact anyone. Devin goes. For now. You've just crossed a line you'll never fully describe to yourself. Level 5, the invisible man. You're 28. You don't technically exist. Your real name is attached to nothing. Your condo is held by an LLC. Your car is registered to a trust. You have 3 phones. One for the society. One for your actual life. One you answer only twice a month. You've helped clean 41 scenes across New York, New Jersey, and twice in Washington, D.C. once, 2 blocks from the Capitol building. The society now pays you a $350,000 annual retainer. It hits a Cayman Islands account in 4 equal installments. You have a lawyer, the kind who charges $1,200 an hour and never writes anything down. You own a brownstone in Cobble Hill under a family member's name. You're untouchable. But then you find out the society burned a federal informant in 2019, someone you cleaned up after. And the FBI has a file. And the file has a description that matches you. You feel it for the first time in years. Fear. Real fear. The kind that doesn't go away after a hot shower. Level 6, the negotiator. You're 30. A federal courthouse in Lower Manhattan. Your lawyer squeezes your arm in the elevator. You're not under arrest. You're not a defendant. You're here because the society sent you. You're delivering a message to someone. The society owns a message about what testifying in front of a grand jury would mean for that person's family. You deliver the message. Calmly. Over coffee. The person doesn't testify. You get a $200,000 bonus deposited within 48 hours. But Devin flipped. Devin, the kid you sent to Atlanta, walked into the FBI field office on Peachtree Street and gave them 4 years of information, including your description, including 2 job sites, including a storage unit in Newark that has things in it you never should have kept. You're in the back of an Uber on the West Side Highway when your lawyer calls. His voice is measured. Careful. You need to come see me. Tonight. Don't bring your phone. You look out the window at the Hudson River. It's beautiful. Gray and silver and wide. You've never really looked at it before. Level 7, the fall. You're 31. CNN is live outside your building. The indictment is 47 pages. RICO charges. Obstruction. Conspiracy. The U.S. attorney stands at a podium and uses words like systematic and sophisticated criminal enterprise and decades-long. They freeze $2.3 million across 4 accounts. They seize the brownstone. They tow the BMW from the parking garage. The Cayman accounts are flagged through a treaty with the UK government. The architect? He's already cooperating. His lawyer negotiated a deal before your handcuffs were even cold. The man who told you you're erasing history is testifying against you in exchange for house arrest at his estate in Greenwich, Connecticut. You sit in a holding cell at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. Rikers wasn't dramatic enough for what they're charging you with. You stare at a concrete wall. Your mother doesn't know yet. Your lawyer tells you the mandatory minimum is 18 years. He says plead deal like it's something good. You think about Devin, the kid you saved. And then you think, did you save him? Or did you just buy yourself 4 extra years? The cycle. You're gone, but the floor still gets mopped. Within 6 weeks, the society restructures. New shell companies. New recruiters. A new kid from the Bronx or maybe Queens this time is standing in a room with a black duffel bag, looking at a wad of cash, doing the math in his head. He's 22. He's good at not asking questions. He's got a cousin in a Section 8 apartment. He mopped a floor once for $800 and it felt like the most logical decision he'd ever made. The society didn't end. It reorganized. Like a corporation after a bad quarter. The callback. A diner in the Bronx. 3 a.m., fluorescent lights. The coffee is bad. A manila envelope sits on a table. A young man stares at it. Outside, New York keeps moving. Taxis. Sirens. The city that never stopped for anyone. He opens the envelope. This is America. The game never stops. Only the players change.